Hi guys, it's Cole again, this time with a review for 2 Point Studios' micromanaging medical simulator, 2 Point Hospital. 2 Point Hospital puts the player in control of a series of hospitals which they will be tasked with turning into effective medical centers that can cure even the most exotic conditions while also turning a profit. Each hospital scenario begins with players being given a top-down view of the hospital they're going to be in charge of. In some scenarios, there may already be rooms such as doctors' offices or pharmacies to help get you started, but eventually you're going to need to move on to bigger and weirder ailments. Every character model in 2 Point Hospital looks like they were plucked straight out of Wallace and Gromit, or Shaun the Sheep for our younger audience. And they're all given equally quirky names to shoulder as they trudge into your hospital, only to be diagnosed with unfortunate conditions such as Mockstar and Grey Anatomy. Every medical anomaly that can plague the fine folks who call Two Point County home is a ridiculous gag that is sure to leave you giggling your way through each scenario. Lightheadedness, for example, has people actually walking through your door with a light bulb in place of their head. Once diagnosed with this disorder, you'll need to have a deluxe center somewhere in your hospital that can treat it. As fun as it is to uncover all these quirky maladies and cure as many people as possible, the real reason you're in control is to turn a profit. 2 Point Hospital plays out as a micromanagement simulator with strategic elements. As with most games in this genre, the jump from PC to console poses some serious challenges to the developers. 2 Point Studios, however, has done a surprisingly good job of mapping out the game's lengthy menus to a controller. All the stats provide plenty of number fodder for math nerds, as everything from cure rates to salary adjustments need to be monitored carefully if you want your hospital to succeed. Each hospital has 3 star ratings to unlock by completing a handful of objectives, and the more stars you collect, the more hospital scenarios become available to you. These scenarios push you to think outside the box, as you may be faced with extreme weather scenarios like cold temperatures and earthquakes, or even fallout from a power plant of questionable integrity. All of this chaos and micromanaging is set against the soothing sounds of music from bands with punny names courtesy of 2 Point Radio. Unfortunately, however, there are no subtitles for the one-off jokes and gags on social commentary that occasionally grace the airwaves. There is no other dialogue in the game that isn't also displayed on screen, and there are typically visual cues to match any audio alerts that warrant attention, so it's a shame that 2 Point Studios missed out on the radio subtitles. This may be a blessing in disguise, however, as the radio can become a bit repetitive over long play sessions. While the concept behind 2 Point Hospitals is simple, the game itself is surprisingly deep, and actually reaching those 3-star goals requires keeping an eye on your finances, your staff, who are plagued with their own quirks and personalities like being argumentative or easily bored, and the ever-changing needs of your community, who are quite prone to odd pandemics. No, really, they get pants stuck on their heads. 2 Point Hospital finds itself being a charmingly quirky game that looks good and feels good to play, even on a controller. It's available now on Xbox One and Windows 10, but it does not share cloud saves, as this is not an Xbox Play Anywhere title. It does offer a stackable achievement list, however, if you have a couple hundred hours to spare.